Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. 2018 Hyper Crap here. And sold this thing in July. Guy messaged me yesterday, Hyper Crap, and said, I can't get it started. Can I bring it back? So he brought it back late yesterday. I told him I'd look at it. I recognized the machine and I recognized him. I recognized this rusty deck. I ended up selling the Hyper Tough pretty cheap because of the holes. He didn't want to spend a lot of money. I think he's got one more season left, and this thing is going to create problems here. This rust here is getting kind of thick. So if he gets another year out of it, this would be a 2-year machine, $50 a year. I think that's a good cost ratio. So let's just try pulling on it. You never can tell. I mean, I've had machines show up and they've started for me. So let's see if this thing does anything before we juice it. Okay, start and stall. So we've got a fuel issue. I asked him about fuel. He said, yeah, maybe I used non-ethanol in the beginning, but maybe I went to regular ethanol fuel instead of the non-ethanol. And he said, well, where do you get it again? I told him Wawa. So if he doesn't know where to get it, it means he hasn't been buying non-ethanol. So my take on this is we're going to find water in the bowl. I got my lift table out. You guys have been breaking my bottom to start using the table. So let me get this thing up here. We're going to remove the bowl, a carb bowl and tank, and clean out the fuel system. I've got everything here I need. I got my DeWalt impact. Landscape crew just pulled up down the street. He's got a 0 turn. Looks like a 2-man crew, and they're going to town. Looks like a Turo 0 turn. Professional crew guy on the 0, and then a guy's getting his weed eater started. Okay, I'll put you here and start tearing this thing down. Had a guy show up at my door last night after dark and said, do you have any mowers, or you still sell mowers? And I said, yeah, but I got them all put away. I said, come back today at 9. He showed up at 9:40. I showed him what I had, and he said, oh, I got to go to the store. So when they tell you that, it means they're not coming back. Or if they tell you, oh, I got to go to the bank, nobody shows up to buy something. They don't have money. They're time wasters when they say they got to go to the bank. Nobody shows up to buy something and they don't have any money. That's my experience. I've had that happen before. You show up with money, you're ready to deal. You don't say, oh, I'll be back. That means they're not coming back. So we got 8s here on the recoil. This guy said take your time, but I think we can get this done today. So other than that, it's been dead. Really haven't sold anything. Weather hasn't been very good. It's been rainy in Southwest Florida. I've been inside a lot. because I work under a shade tree or on the driveway. So if the weather isn't nice, then I can't fix anything. Filter doesn't look bad. I don't think he's used this thing. And I just felt a sprinkle, so hopefully we're not out of business here. 8's on the sheet metals, the sheet metal screws. You guys have been through this routine with me. We got a 7mm socket for the 2 inside screws that go into the plastic body. So other than that, like I said, no sales, and this repair here, I'm not sure what I'm going to charge him yet. Nice guy. Maybe I should charge him, that way he pays attention to fuel. You don't charge him, they just keep screwing off, and he'll be back again. So maybe I can just leave it together. What do you say? This will be like a quickie quick. I'll pour what I have in here into a container and then just take the bowl off and see. Yeah, why don't we do that? I'm not going to mess with taking the tank off. I've got compressed air. I've got compressed air nearby. I'll blast out the tank. Well, I'm dripping all the fuel out of the bowl, so that wasn't good. I wanted to look at the fuel there. So far, I don't see any water, but it could have settled all to the bowl. So let me get this organized for all to see. Seven's here. Let me get the big screwdriver. I'm going to try to save the fuel that's in the bowl so I can look at it. But that's my guess. I don't see anything down there. It's hard to see. Some debris. A little bit of debris poured out of the bowl. I don't see any water droplets down there. As far as color, the color looks okay. So what's the deal with this thing? Let me look at the jet. Jet's got fuel in it. I don't see anything blocking it. Why don't I take off the cartridge and we'll look at that. I'm dripping fuel. I'm making a mess. Probably should have taken the hose off. We're going to put that VP ethanol free in this thing. Have you guys used that ethanol free in the can? From what some of you have said, it's hard to get ethanol free in some states. Maine, for example, I don't think they sell it in any of the pumps. So I guess you would have to drain your fuel systems or use stable, I'm guessing, to compensate for the ethanol. I'll show you the price of that little can. I got it on sale. I was there for lawnmower oil, and I saw that in the discount section, so I grabbed it, thought it'd make a good video. See if you guys have ever used that canned fuel. I know they have it in 2-cycle too. This is 4-cycle fuel. A little bit of debris here. This isn't plugged on the secondary. Main jet, I can see through it. I don't know, so was this thing borderline plugged up? It's acting like a fuel issue with its start stall symptom. I don't see any water droplets. Here I go again, making a mess. Okay, needles in place. I'm going to blast some compressed air in here. If it was a sunny day, I'd stick this on the hood of the Honda CR-V and let Mother Nature evaporate that fuel. But I'm in a rush to show you guys a potentially running machine. So let's get busy. Let's put the cartridge in. And let me blast out the bowl. So I guess the landscaper guy didn't like my pricing, which is unfortunate. You can't please everybody. I think is what the saying goes. Normally I don't use an impact on the plastic here. I'll try to go easy. I like to do it by hand, that way I can feel if I'm over tightening. Okay, the O-ring and the keeper fell off or stayed on the intake tube. Let's put that back in place. So what I'll do is put the linkage on. First, I'll bring you up. Put the linkage on, slide the carb on, and then the tank in one of those orders. I think I got to do the tank first. Get that started. Okay, yep, tank first, carb second. Otherwise, the fuel line's not long enough. Okay, that all looks pretty. Linkage is free and clear, nothing binding. Put the backing plate on. I like to start with the two plastic screws here. Get those started. Same thing, I'll try to be gentle with the impact because it is plastic. You can easily strip it with the torque of this DeWalt. Change out my bit to the 8mm sheet metals. Okay, that looks pretty. I like these plastic engines just because they're so quick and easy to disassemble. I think I can do them in 20 minutes. Oh, we're at 17 now, so I might make my mark. If this was production work, I'd be in great shape. I wonder how the shops do it, if those guys can really hustle and blow these things out in 20 minutes and charge the customer 2 hours labor. No, they wouldn't do that. There's no shadiness going on. But I'm sure there's a book just like there is for automotive use. It tells you what the hours are to replace, say, a water pump on a Chevy 4.3 liter S10. They probably say it's 3 hours, but if you do it long enough, you get into a routine, you could probably knock it down to 2 hours labor because you're used to where all the bolts are located, you know their sizes, and you can really hustle. So this was originally $7.98. It was on the clearance aisle. I got it for $3. I figured I'd give it a try. So ethanol free at the cost of $3 for a quart. That's $12 a gallon if you buy it in the can. That's expensive. It's about $4 a gallon here at Wawa. It's a little more expensive than the 10% ethanol fuel, which doesn't make sense. They're penalizing you to remove the 10% ethanol when you buy it at the pump. So if you were able to get it for $3 a quart wherever you're at, if they've still got some of these, you're paying $12 a gallon. So what does this say? Ethanol fuel blend, blah, 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 long life, 2-cycle when mixed with oil. Street gasoline contains ethanol. Yes, it does. which absorbs moisture, forms deposits, and degrades fuel systems, making your equipment difficult, if not impossible, to start. VP enables easier starts even after your equipment sits idles for many months. In fact, this fuel is so reliable, fire and rescue units depend on it. They must mean for their saws. The chainsaws, when they get up on the roof to cut a hole in the roof to breathe the attic, they're probably talking about they use this so their two-cycle machines will start. May cause cancer, do not give to unborn children, causes damage to organs, blah, blah, blah. So don't drink this stuff, you guys. All right? Don't do it. Don't inhale it. Don't put it in your eyes. Don't swallow it. So let's try this crap out. Is there a date on it? Maybe they dated it out. I thought maybe they didn't sell a whole lot of this at Wally World. Maybe they're not going to carry this stuff anymore. They're going to discontinue it on the shelf, which they do to some products, I've noticed. If they don't sell enough of it, Walmart doesn't want it hanging around because it's hogging up shelf space. Push down and turn. Up, the landscaping crew left, so they were there less than 20 minutes. It's a small yard. I know where they were at. Okay, there's no foam on it. It just opened up and I can see the clear fuel. So let's put some of this crap in here and see if it fires off. I think there was a rating on here I saw somewhere. Yeah, 94 octane. I don't think the Wawa ethanol free is 94, so this is a little more potent than what you get out of the pump. I think Wawa's 90 or 91 octane on the pump stuff. But like I said, it's $4 a gallon. If you bought it at $8 a quart originally, you'd be at $32 a gallon for this stuff, which is damn expensive. So I just put a little bit in the bottom. Let's lower this down and see what's going to happen. Then I'll call this guy and say, hey, your turd is ready to be retrieved. I hope it starts. It's going to be a pisser if this thing does the same thing, wouldn't you think? Let me know if you guys have to buy this canned crap because your state doesn't sell it. So I did check the oil on this thing when he dropped it off. I just wanted to make sure he didn't run it out of oil. And it had oil in it. It was used, but not terribly bad. So he didn't abuse this thing. You can tell by the filter, he hardly used this mower. Come on, Hyper Crap. Oh no. Oh no is what I'm saying. It did a lot better, but it's still crapped out. That's not good. What do you think? A little moisture remaining somewhere. Deductive reasoning. I think with that rough running, I'm thinking plug. What do you guys think? Erratic plug. I've had them do that before. Act real wonky. Hit or miss type deal, not sparking all the time. Let me get a socket and remove this. I may have a torch, a new torch plug from a carb kit we can throw in here. You can always depend on torches to start once. So just looking at this one, it looks like we got a gold top champion. Those have been known to be sketchy at times. You saw we didn't have much of a contamination issue with the fuel. So maybe we did a lot of work there for nothing. Fuel system wasn't terribly bad. It actually looked kind of good. Yeah, it looks like a gold top. I gotta get my spectacles on. They were around my neck and then I took them off. Okay, here we go. You guys with me? Yeah, kind of looks like a gold top from here. Not a lot of buildup on the plug. RC12YC. Let's put a torch in it. I think I got one handy right here. If not, I'm going to steal something out of the ready machines that I have here. I swore I had a couple of new torch plugs at the ready. Okay, we're getting closer. Close but no cigar. Darn it. Okay, hold your horses. Go to the kitchen. I'm going to grab my socket and ratchet and steal one out of one of these machines. Okay. Don't go anywhere. I got a Boland's junk engine here that's still got a plug in it. So I'm going to steal it out of a 500E, which is going to be perfect. Well, I guess not. The porcelain's broken on that one. I'm just going to steal it out of one of these mowers that are ready to go. Here's another gold top on the Troy built. I don't want that one. Although I know it works. I started all these this morning. Another gold top. I'm just going to grab one and go with it. Just to troubleshoot this Hyper Crap Turd. Okay, another RC12YC gold top. This came out of the Boland's high wheeler. Let's install this. And then we can take this plug and put it in the Boland's and see if it acts wonky. Do a little switchy switch troubleshooting. Old school shade tree troubleshooting. Take the crappy part and put it in a known running machine. Okay. All right, let's do a little squirty squirt and try it. Crossing my fingers that it was a wonky plug. Okay, doing the same thing. So we got carburation, not spark issue. What I'm going to do is get a clip the bail bar, and try adjusting the RPM tab here. Maybe go a little higher on the RPMs. So I don't know if I messed with the jetting on this. I probably didn't, since it's a 300E. I probably didn't open up the jet size on this. And he did use it through the summer and had no issue. It was just recently that he couldn't start it. So I don't know. I need you guys to help me out on this 2018 Turd. Okay, so did he hit something? Is the timing off? I had the blade off to sharpen it. That's the first thing I did. I figured it was just going to be a fuel thing, since he told me he wasn't sure if he was using non-ethanol. I thought, oh, this is a fuel thing. I'm going to sharpen the blade for him right away. I didn't notice anything abnormal, but I didn't check it to see if the blade was bent. Let's take that shitty plug and put it over here on the Boland's potentially shitty plug, just to cross all our T's at Tommy time. No issues with that gold top, so I need some suggestions from you guys. Let's pull the plug wire, turn this thing over, and rotate the blade. I wonder if he hit something. This guy didn't seem too swift. Nice guy, but I don't know. Not that mechanically inclined, I don't think. Okay, plug wires off. Let's pick a mark. Okay, I'm kind of watching the end of the blade down here. I got a mark picked out. Looks to be the same. So I don't know what to do next. Let it cool off and check valves. You guys comment below on this 2018. And I'll do what you tell me. Because my easy peasy fix turned into this pile of crap. And this didn't help us out at all. I'll save this and use it up in other projects. But sure didn't help me out here in this deal. Okay. Give me some tips. Why is this crapola hyper thing not working for me? Could be anything at this point. Minus plug. We know we got a good spark. It boils it down to carburation and maybe timing or valves. You guys let me know what you think. Give me some heads up on this. And I won't bash this stuff because I really haven't tested it out for a long period of time. I just thought I'd grab it for $3 and see what it was all about. Anyway, have a good day. Tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. Sorry this wasn't a fixaroo. I'm going to have to work on it some more. The guy said he wasn't in a rush. Grass isn't growing here in Southwest Florida, so I have some time to tinker with this thing. Once you guys tell me what you think. It's a turd, but I need to get it running. Have a good one.